So Paul Gonzalez leads off for North Central, followed by leadoff man Dan Brown, and then Jeff Lewis, bottom of the fifth. North Central leads it 2-1. Dale Koehring now on the mound for his fifth inning of work here. Gonzalez, the catcher, popped out to the shortstop, his first time up, so he is 0 for 1. From the stretch, Koehring's delivery is a strike fastball on the outside corner. Paul Gonzalez, the senior, out of Crestwood, Illinois. Fly ball, deep left field. It may go out of here. Bob Guajardo climbed the fence, got to the top practically, swung his arm out and almost made contact with the ball. I mean, he almost robbed him of a homer, but it landed just out of the reach of Bob Guajardo, and it's a home run for Paul Gonzalez. 3-1 North Central here in the fifth inning. So Gonzalez,
number 33, Dan Brown.
He knocks it out for his fourth home run of the year. 3-1 is the score. Mark Morris goes over to talk to Koehring on the mound, settle him down a little. A run in, nobody out, nobody on for Dan Brown, leadoff man, right fielder. Brown 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. And the pitch to Dan. Pops it up. Right fielder Velez going for it. Comes on, and makes the catch. So fly out to right field. So 3 flyouts to the outfield. Brown is 0 for 3, 1 gone. Brings up Jeff Lewis, the second baseman. He singled in the first. Was out 6-3 in the third. So he is 1 for 2.
The second baseman, number 19, Jeff Lewis.
Lewis, the junior, out of Champaign, Illinois, 5'11", 165. Left-handed batter. Koehring, as always, in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Off speed, misses high and outside for ball 1 to Lewis. Wozniak the sign, and the pitch from Koehring. This one misses just a bit low. So ball 2 to Jeff Lewis, Ken Ritter in the on-deck circle, and then you'd find Stefan. So very important to get Lewis out here. Here it comes, and it's low for ball 3. Oh, you don't want to set the table here with those 2 sluggers coming up. Timeout, and Wozniak's going to go talk to him. Goes out, has the chat with Dale. 3-0 is the count. I think he also, more than anything else, maybe wants to quiet down North Central bench. Maybe kill that momentum a little bit. Once again, Chris Kafalis going in the pen for Aurora. Here's the pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner, so 3-1. Lewis backs out, takes a practice swing. It'll stand back in. Outfield straight away. 3-1 pitch is in there. Fastball, strike for 3-2, so he fills it up. So fills it at 3-2. Pitch. Capper towards the second baseman Chambers. Comes on, gets the high hop letter high, throws to first for the out. Well, he had a 3-0, came back and got him. Good effort for Koehring. It's the 4-3 put out, 2 gone. It brings up Ken Ritter.
Number 47, Ken Ritter.
Well, once again, that's when you want to face Ritter, but 2 out, nobody on. 3-1 North Central. We're here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Still plenty of time left. Ritter grounded out to the first baseman Mulaney unassisted in the first. He singled in the third. Got to the third, but that's as far as he went. And the right-hander stands in. There's the fastball just a bit low. So 1-0 to Ken Ritter. Been hitting around the 500 mark all year long. and he'll step out. When you consider he has well over 125 at-bats, batting around the 500 mark is not a bad achievement. And there'll be no doubt that he'll be drafted, I think, by somebody this year. Of course, Craig Stefan in the on-deck circle already has been drafted, but he's still in college. And there is a pitch that misses for a ball. So 2-0 to Ken Ritter. Koehring gets the sign he wants, and here's the pitch. The 2-0 misses just a bit too low, and he's 3-0 again. Well, he came back from 3-0 to retire Lewis, but now he's 3-0 to Ritter. Here comes the 3-0. And it is a strike outside corner. So 3-1 now to Ritter. Mark Chambers playing definitely for Ritter to pull as he's close to second base. And there's a foul on a play and fills it up at 3-2. Well, he's come back and now has filled it up with Ritter. Because there is a big hole. Morris pulled way over short, and Chambers playing way close to second base. They pretty much have the Ritter shift on. And there's a swing and a miss, strike three, and Koehring got him to chase the bad ball. So the leadoff home run by Gonzalez, then 3 up, 3 down, but 1 run on 1 hits a homer by Gonzalez, the catcher. At the end of 5 complete, it's North Central 3, Aurora 1 for Aurora University. The top of their order, Kurt Hubert, Mark Chambers, and Mark Morris.
For Aurora, the third baseman, number 4, Kurt Hubert.
So Kurt Hubert has popped out to the catcher and flied out to right, 0 for 2 in this ball game as the wind starts to whip up a little bit here. Got Richards on the mound now for his 6th inning of work on just 2 days rest. And so far, he's done well. 1 run on 2 hits. The pitch is a fastball in there for a strike of the knees. 0-1 to Kurt Hubert. Chambers would be next, followed by Morris. Kurt Hubert backs out, adjusts the batting glove, and now gets back in. Timeout called by Kurt, and he'll step out. Got something in his eye, and he'll go get it. So once again, the winner of this ball game today takes on the winner of the South Regional in their first game in the College World Series on Thursday. North Carolina Wesleyan won that South Regional. And it is a strike on the outside corner to Kurt Hubert. So the winner here plays North Carolina Wesleyan Game 2 on the schedule for Thursday in Marietta, Ohio in the NCAA Division III World Series. 3-1, North Central leads, top of the 6th. The windup, Richards' delivery is tap foul on a play. Didn't want to really swing at that, checked it, and fouled it out of play. Spartans are winners 6-0 in Game 1 today over Marietta, the defending national champs. Steve Moga, the distance shutout, 6-hitter. So 0-2 to Hubert. And here comes the pitch. Ground ball, base hit to left field. So the ground single for Hubert. And he'll reach, leadoff man on, and it brings up Mark Chambers, the second baseman. He grounded back to the mound, and he doubled and scored the only run for AU in this ball game. That was in the 4th. Chambers batting .500 here in the tournament.
7, Mark Chambers.
Chambers looks down for the signs from Jim Schmidt, and let's see what they do here. They trail by 2, so tying on at the plate in Mark Chambers. Chambers homered yesterday. I'll go through the signs once again. And now we'll go through it. Number 7 gets in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Pops it up. Center fielder charging. Stefan has to go a long way. Second baseman coming out, and he will make the grab. It was Lewis who stepped in front of Stefan and caught the pop. So 1 gone Hubert has to stay at first, and it brings up the shortstop, Mark Morris.
The shortstop, number 12, Mark Morris.
Morris flew out to center and grounded out. So he is 0 for 2. Shortstop looks down for his set of signs now. So Morris so far in the tourney, 6 for 12. He is batting .500 here in Wooster. They need a good extra base hit to rattle around for a while, I think, maybe. They want to get a rally going here. Richards now steps off completely off the mound. Bit of a delay. And now we're ready. Hubert gets the lead at first base. Throw back to first, and it's not in time. Hubert goes back in without too much trouble, and now gets his lead once more. Another throw back, diving back in. Hubert still safe. Playing Morris to pull. Stefan shaded to the right field side of dead center. Another throw back, and once again, Hubert dives back in safely. So after all this, Morris will step out of the batter's box and take a few practice swings as it's the old cat and mouse game going on here. And who can delay the game more, pitcher or batter? And now Morris will step back in. Richards leans over and gets the sign from Gonzalez. The pitch. And there's a strike on the outside corner. No, he hadn't called that one all day. So Morris wasn't happy with that, and he'll step out. Well, now we'll get ready. And here's the pitch. Line shot, base hit to right field. Hubert will round second base, but stay there. Single to right for Morris. First and second, one away. So Jim Mulaney, the first baseman, is now the batter.
The first baseman, number 22, Jim Mulaney.
Now Mulaney represents the lead run. Tying run is at first. It's a 3-1 ball game here in the sixth. One gone. Mulaney is grounded out twice to the second baseman and then the shortstop. Mulaney, 3 home runs on the year. So he does have home run power. It has happened in the past. And he came into this series with 35 runs batted in. Left-hander. Looks down the line of that short 320 porch down the right field line. Here's the pitch. Bounces in. Good save by Gonzalez. Runners will stay. It's 1-0 to Jim Mulaney. And now there's going to be some bullpen work for North Central College. Steve Shepsky, a sophomore out of Chicago, will go down and toss a little bit for North Central College. Here's the pitch. It's high for a ball. So 2-0 to Mulaney. If he could get on, he'd load him for Pearson. These are the opportunities you cannot let slip by you if you are Aurora U, especially when you trail back a couple of runs. And it's a MidEast Regional Championship game. The delivery to Mulaney takes it 3-0. Well, something tells me the take sign will be on here, but hard to tell. Pearson and then Velez after Mulaney. 3-0. Number 22 stands in the batter's box. From the stretch, Richards delivery, ball 4. No, he called it. Well, hopefully an umpire took about 4 days. He took the arm up, and it's going to be 3-1. And now Jim Mulaney is going to go down and talk to Jimmy Schmidt. Well, 3-1 on that called strike. And now Jim Schmidt and Jim Mulaney will talk it over. Well, in the meantime, Yorkville Coin Investments pays cash for single coins to complete collections. They buy, sell, and trade gold, silver, rare coins. If you're a first-time or even experienced investor, see Yorkville Coin Investments on Route 47 just south of the bridge at 220 South Bridge Street in downtown Yorkville. Open daily at 9, closed on Monday. Phone 553-5611. 3-1 delivery, low, ball 4. No question about that one as it went in the dirt. Bases loaded, full of Spartans, 1 gone for Paul Pearson. Hubert to third, Morris to second, Mulaney at first, 1 away, and Paul Pearson is up. He singled and grounded out. And now timeout call, and there'll be a visit to the mound. So the infield conference on the mound. So therefore, Paul Pearson will go down and talk in person to head coach Jimmy Schmidt in the third base coach's box. And once again, we can tell you that Colonial Appliances has Amana quality like Amana radar range microwave ovens, energy-saving refrigerators, freezers, heavy-duty washers, dryers with 2 years parts warranty, and service after the sale. With free delivery and removal of your old appliance. Colonial Appliance, 13 West Downer Place in downtown Aurora, phone 892-1146.
The designated hitter, number 25, Paul Pearson.
And Paul Pearson, the DH, comes up. He's got the bases loaded, full of AU Spartans. 1 gone. Tying run is at second. Lead run at first. The big jam right now for North Central. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 1. So Matt Richards, who had done so well up until this 6th inning, has now found himself in a big jam. Short lead at third for Kurt Hubert. From the stretch, here's the pitch. The 1-0, the high, 2-0. Velez is next. Well, Dale Koehring has been lacking offensive support all year long. Here's a chance for the Spartans to give him some. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. So 2-1 now to Paul Pearson. Matt Richards will once again walk off the mound, wipe the brow, rub up the baseball. First baseman Winkle in front of the runner at first. He's on the edge of the infield grass. Third baseman even with the bag. Here's the pitch. Low, 3-1. Gonzalez had to knock it down and keep it in front of him. 3-1. Well, he'd force in a run if ball 4 comes across. Shepsky tossing in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Pearson stands in. 3-1 is the count. Bases loaded. Big lead at second base. And that's the tying run, so that's important. And it's ball 4. He forces in a run. It's 3-2. Kurt Hubert walks down the line and touches home plate. It's a 3-2 game. Bases still loaded, still 1 out. Morris to third, Mulaney to second. Pearson to first, 2 walks in a row. And let's see what North Central decides to do. Ed Velez comes up with the bases loaded. Now, he struck out twice. The lefty looks down for the signs from Jim Schmidt. Velez has 1 home run this year. He came into the series 24 RBIs. Tying run at third, lead run now at second. 3-2 ball game here in the 6th. 1 gone, bases loaded. Richards, the first pitch to Velez. Looper, left field, charging his Ritter. He won't get there. A base hit. 1 run is in. They'll hold the runner at third. Tie ball game at 3. RBI single for Ed Velez. The single, the blooper to left field brings Morris home. Mulaney to third. Pearson to second. Velez at first with the RBI. Single tied at 3 here in the 6th.
Right after number 24, Gene Wozniak.
So Gene Wozniak comes to the plate with the bases loaded. 1 out. Wozniak 0 for 2 in this game, 0 for 14 in the series, and what a perfect spot would be for his first hit of the tournament here with the bases loaded, 1 gone. That would do the trick. Certainly lead run at third. In Jim Mulaney. Richards from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Well, how much longer do you go with him? So besides Shepsky, there's another ball player now tossing in the pen for North Central as they have 2 men up. 1-0 to Wozniak. Here's the pitch. There's the inside corner strike at the knees, evens it up at 1-1. Pretty much straight away, regular depth for Gene Wozniak. Well, basic would brighten his spirits. The 1-1 pitch. Tap foul off the shin. And it makes it 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gene Wozniak. We're tied at 3 here in the top of the 6th inning. Still just 1 out and the bases loaded. Richards looks in, gets the sign from Gonzalez. The 1-2 is high, 2s. We're tied at 3, and the count is even at 2-2. Once again, first baseman Winkler in front of the runner at first. Possibility of the forced out at home. Misses 3-2. Well, we've gone full. We've gone full to Gene Wozniak. He could force in another. Wozniak stands in. Richards eyes him. Here it comes. Strike 3 called. Outside corner at the knees. Gene had to say a word or two to the home plate umpire, but he'll go back to the dugout. The call third. 2 gone. Took a long, long time for the arm to go up, but he did. But boy, close one for Gene to take. There's no doubt about that. So Bob Guajardo now has a chance to put the Spartans in front. 2 out, bases loaded. Guajardo 0 for 1 with a walk. Richards, even with the 2 outs, will stay from the stretch with the bases loaded. Looks in. The pitch to Guajardo is low for ball 1. Guajardo, 7 for 14, 500 hitter here in Wooster, Ohio. The freshman has really come on and done a fine job for AU. Right-handed batter. Big wide open stance. Front foot way behind. And here's the pitch. Way high. 2-0 to Bob Guajardo. Koehring is next. Richards looks in. Here it comes, the 2-0. Tapper towards the second baseman. Takes a hop to Adams. Throws to first. And they got him. They're out of the inning. Guajardo bounces into the 4-3, but they get 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 3. But we move now to the bottom of the 6th inning. We are tied at 3, and we'll come back after this 1-minute timeout. 4, 5, 6 in the Cardinal batting order. Stefan, Pekaski, and Winkle due up. We're tied at 3, bottom of the 6th inning. 9-inning affair here in the championship MidEast region. Winner goes to the World Series. Starts Thursday in Marietta, Ohio. Left-handed batter Stefan 0 for 2, 2 flyouts to left. First pitch is low, ball 1 from Dale Koehring. Well, Richards ran into some trouble here in his half of the 6th inning. Koehring also on 2 days rest. Let's see what happens to him here in his 6th. The 1-0, outside 2-0. Well, let's see how long it takes for maybe Chris Kafals to get back up in that bullpen again for Aurora. Here it comes. It is a strike in the outside corner, 2-1. Stefan ready again. The 2-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Fastball, letter high, didn't get. Evens up at 2s to Craig Stefan. Pekaski is next. Cardinals going for win number 31. Aurora trying for win number 32 on the year. Here it is. Strike 3 called. Outside corner with the knees, and Stefan goes back to the dugout. 0 for 3, 1 away, and it brings up George Pekaski, the third baseman.
The third baseman, number 7, George Pekaski.
Pekaski popped out to the catcher, grounded out to the third baseman. He is 0 for 2 so far. And the first delivery from Dale, off-speed pitch. Misses inside, ball 1, so 1-0. Getting him to pull just a few steps is Koehring out in center. Guajardo deep, straight away left. Low for a ball. So now it's 2-0 to George Pekaski. Boy, both pitchers in this ball game been behind batters quite a bit. Delivery is inside for ball 3. Have to wait a while for that arm maybe to go up, but didn't that time. It's 3-0. Winkle next after Pekaski. Here it comes, and it is low, ball 4. Loses him on 4 pitches. The man on, a man out. It brings up Winkle, the first baseman.
Number 17, Paul Winkle.
And Jimmy Schmidt's going to go out once again and have a chat with Dale Koehring. So second trip of the ball game to the mound, and Jimmy Schmidt will have a chat with Dale Koehring. A runner on, a runner out, Winkle up. Winkle doubled and scored in the second. He walked in the fourth, so he is 1 for 1 officially. Winkle, the freshman, first baseman out of Oak Forest. Meeting on the mound now between Mark Morris, the pitcher Koehring, the catcher Wozniak, and head coach Jimmy Schmidt. And now Schmidt goes back to the dugout. But Kafalis will go back now and start to throw again, it looks like. So left-handed batter Winkle stands in against Koehring from the stretch. Throw to the first, close, they got him! They pick him off at first base. Pekaski went back in standing, and that was a mistake as Mulaney slaps the tag on, and there's a big, big out. So 2 gone on that big pickoff. Nobody on now. So Winkle will have to do it all himself or start a rally now with 2 gone and nobody on. I think it kind of caught him by surprise. He went back in standing, and it didn't work. Tapper towards Mulaney at first. Takes it himself, steps on the bag, and the Spartans are out of the inning. Turns out to be 1, 2, 3, even with the base on balls. We have now completed 6 innings here in Wooster, Ohio. The regional championship at the end of 6. We're tied at 3, and we're back after this. Boyd, Hubert, and Chambers are the new batters. We're tied at 3. Richards back out on the mound for another inning of work. That'll be his 7th on just 2 days, right?
Going to go to number 17, Steve Koehring.
Koehring struck out swinging in the 3rd and popped out to first in the 5th, so he is 0 for 2 so far in this game. And that means 4 for 13 in the series. Right-handed batter stands in against the righty Richards. Comes the windup. Pitch on the way, high and outside, taken for a ball. The 1-0 to Steve, the center fielder. Next pitch on the way. Pops it up. First baseman Winkle can't find it, so he gives way to the second baseman Adams, who now comes over and makes the grab. Yep, called for help and got it from the second baseman. A pop out. Koehring retired. So 1 gone. It brings up Kurt Hubert, the third baseman.
The third baseman, number 4, Kurt Hubert.
Now Kurt Popped out to the catcher. Then flied out to right. He singled and scored last inning. Stands in, 1 out, nobody on. Chambers would be next. So Richards so far has given up 3 runs on 5 hits. Outside, taken for a ball. Koehring to this point, 3 runs on 6 hits. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Way high for a ball to Kurt Hubert. So 2-0 the count. And now the third baseman, Sikorsky, will come over. Word or two of encouragement to Richards. Will now take the long walk around the mound and rub up the baseball. Now Matt Richards, the windup and the pitch is a strike outside corner with the knee. Tuesday afternoon, Aurora Central Catholic Chargers in the regional championship game at the Tiger Club, 4 o'clock. Right here on 1580 WKKD, probably about a 3:50 pregame show therefore. Chargers a winner today over Yorkville, 5-2. That one misses a little bit too far outside. So now 3-1 to Kurt. Tom Purcell doing the stroll in front of the North Central dugout. And now Kurt Hubert steps out. Now he's ready. And the windup for 3-1. Outside, ball 4. He loses Hubert. Base on balls. And Kurt drops down to first base. The runner on, a runner out, and it brings up the second baseman, Mark Chambers. Chambers, infield out in the first. Then he doubled and scored in the 4th. Then he popped out to second in the 6th. So he is 1-4-3 with a run scored. Stands in with a runner at first and 1 away. Well, Chambers is obviously a great contact hitter, so the existence of a hit and run here very possible. Hubert the lead at first. Of course, that's why he's one of the great second hitters in the lineup. Low for a ball, 1-0. Lead run at first base for Aurora here in the 7th, tied at 3. From the stretch, here's the pitch, low for a ball, 2-0. And once again, you've got Chevsky going for North Central in their bullpen. Hubert the lead. 2-0 pitch, 3-0. That one was too high. And let's see if they give Chambers the go-ahead here at 3-0. Morris is on deck. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Low, ball 4. Chambers trots on down to first. 2 walks in a row. 1 away. First and second, shortstop Mark Morris coming up. There'll be another conference on the mound. Well, you can't predict the future, but you can prepare for it. A call to Fraser and Evans Insurance in Aurora can protect you against the unexpected. With 61 years of service to the Aurora land area, the obvious choice is Fraser and Evans. Count on them for all your insurance needs. Fraser and Evans, 70 South River Street in Aurora. And there's going to be a pitching change. And he is going to be gone. On the mound, Richards will be replaced. So we'll talk about that pitching change and more as we take this time out right here on 1580 Thanks, Jeffrey. New pitcher on the mound for North Central College will be a lefty, Steve Shepsky. Now, coming into this series, he had 15 2/3 innings pitched in 9 appearances. Had given up 12 hits, 3 earned runs. He had struck out 5, walked 9. Had a 2-1 record overall. 1.77 earned run average. So some pretty good numbers for the lefty Shepsky as he comes in. He's a sophomore out of Chicago. And by the way, Richards, after he was removed from the ball game, said a few more words to the home plate umpire, who then promptly tossed him out. So, I mean, he was out of the ball game anyway, but he was out some extra added emphasis when he was tossed out of the ball game for giving the home plate umpire some static about his balls and strikes as he was walking off the mound. So he is really gone, which means in 2 games today, we've seen 2 people tossed out arguing calls. The Marietta first base coach was tossed out in the very first inning of Game 1 today. The Spartans winner of that one, 6-0. And now Richards here, tossed out in this one. So Steve Shepsky, left-handed pitcher, will come in for the North Central Cardinals. It's a first and second situation, 1 going for Aurora. We're tied at 3 here, top of the 7th inning. The batter will be Mark Morris, the shortstop.
Number 12, Mark Morris.
Morris flat out to center in the first. He grounded out in the 4th, but had a very big single in the 6th inning, and he eventually came around to score. It proved to be the second run of that inning. So a big situation here, first and second, 1 away. After Morris, it would be Mulaney. Morris stands in. The lefty Shepsky from the stretch. Here's this. Slow and away. Makes it 1-1. Of course, therefore, with Winkle way back. If Morris decides to drag it down the first base line, there's a lot of room there. Because he's way deep, as a matter of fact, with that lefty in the batter's box. Low and away, 2-1. So 2-1 now to Morris. Morris came into the action today, 6 for 10. He's now 1 for 3. Foul back to the screen right in front of me here. Evens it up at 2-2. Kurt Hubert, the runner at second base for Aurora. Mark Chambers at first. So the lead run stands at second base. A single could score him. Just about ready for the 2-2 pitch as Morris stands in. Now timeout is called once again, and Morris will back out. Steve Shepsky eyes the catcher Gonzalez, gets the sign. Here we go. Swing and a miss, and Morris strikes out. 2 gone and leaves it up to Mulaney.
The first baseman, number 22, Jim Mulaney.
Mulaney bounced out 4-3, bounced out 6-3, and he walked. So 0 for 2 officially. And a big chance here to get bat on ball, but it's lefty against lefty. This situation right now. Here's the pitch. There's a strike right over the middle of the plate at the knees. 0-1 to Mulaney. Center fielder Stefan, shading him to full. Here it comes, swing and a miss. Tried to golf it out of here and didn't get it. So now it's 0-2 to Mulaney. Pearson on deck if they get that far. From the stretch. Here's the delivery. No, it misses low and outside. And Shepsky was halfway to the dugout. And he'll have to go back onto the mound. So now it's 1-2. Oh, I didn't miss by much. The next one. That one misses. And now it's 2s. 2-2. Mulaney takes time out, rubs some dirt in the hands, and gets back in. 2-2 pitch. Foul back to the screen. So Mulaney stays alive with that foul tip. Hubert the lead at second. Here's the delivery. Pops it up. Foul territory, and it will go out of play. So once again, he hangs in tough at 2-2. Coming up for North Central in their half of the 7th inning, it will be 7, 8, 9 in their batting order. Petrick, Palusis, and Gonzalez. Here it is, the 2-2. Strike 3 called outside corner at the knees. 2 Ks in a row, and he gets out of the jam. Comes in, faces the 2 lefties, strikes them both out, gets out of the inning. No runs, no hits, a couple walks, 2 stranded. Move along, bottom of the 7th inning. We're still tied at 3, and we'll come back after this 1-minute timeout. Well, it'll be Jerry Petrick to lead it off for North Central. First pitch hitting, ground ball, base hit to left. So Petrick, first pitch, slams a single to left field off of Dale Koehring. Leadoff man is on for North Central. Petrick, boy, home run. And he struck out, but now a base hit. Well, and now the Spartans will send someone down to the bullpen. It's no longer Kafalis. It will now be Maury Sage. You're getting down to the bottom. You figure Sage can get you an inning or 2, and that's the situation here as we're getting down to nitty-gritty time here. Bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 3. Leadoff man is on. It brings up Mark Palusis, the shortstop. Oh, we've seen a lot of double plays today. Squares around the bunt, bunts it. Koehring off the mound will have to go to first, and he will, and he'll get the out. So the sack works. Fine bunt by Palusis. Petrick goes to second base. Sack 1-3.
Number 34, Paul Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, the batter, popped out to short, hit a home run. So he is 1 for 2, 1 gone. Lead run at second base. After him, it'd be the leadoff man, Dan Brown. So it seems to me 1 more hit, and that may be it for Dale Koehring. Let's see if he can get out of this jam and stay in the ball game. Gonzalez, 1 for 2 with a dinger, stands in. Lead run at second. Nice lead. Koehring looks in, and now timeout call. So Gonzalez will back out. And he'll come back in. From the stretch. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike at the knees. So 1 strike to Gonzalez. So 0-1. Maury Sage gets ready in the bullpen for Aurora if needed. Here it is. Pops it up. Hubert in foul territory, drifting towards the North Central dugout. Has room. Makes the catch. Big, big out. So pop out in foul territory means 2 gone. And it brings up the leadoff man, Dan Brown, the right fielder.
Number 33, Dan Brown.
Brown has flown out to right, flown out to center, flown out to right, 0 for 3. They're not 2 away with a lead run still at second base. North Central has gone down 1, 2, 3 just twice here today. Foul back to the screen. And both times they actually had a runner on. And the first time he was out on the double play. The second time he was picked off, so there actually hasn't been a pure 1, 2, 3 inning yet. Koehring stretch. Here it comes. Pops it up. Second baseman Chambers going out. Right fielder Velez over. He lost it. It drops in. Center fielder Kofoid will bring it into the infield, but it's an RBI single. North Central leads it by a score of 4 to 3. He came over and just plain couldn't find it. And the Cardinals lead it by a score of 4 to 3 on a Sun-aided single.
The second baseman, number 19, Jeff Lewis.
So 4 to 3, North Central. The runner at first with 2 gone, and it brings up Jeff Lewis, the second baseman. And who knows, this inning isn't over yet. That might have been the third. But now you may open the floodgates. Hard to tell. Here's the pitch. There's a ball on the outside corner. 1-0. And Lewis back in the batter's box. He is 1 for 3, a single. Throw back to first. Close, but not in time. Lewis singled in the first, grounded out to short, and grounded out to second in that order. From the stretch. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Swing. Kepper towards short. Morris up with it. Bobbles it. Picks it up. Bobbles it. Everybody's safe in there. E6. First and second. Brings up Ken Ritter. Well, now you've got 3-4 up with first and second and 2 out.
Number 47, Ken Ritter.
Big trouble for Aurora here. As Ken Ritter, 1 for 3 with a single, has a couple runners on and a couple out. Once again, the Ritter shift is on. Morris way in the infield towards second base, and the outfielders shift all the way around as well. There's a strike outside corner as Ritter almost always pulls the ball. So first and second. Here in the bottom of seventh inning. Cardinals by a run. Here it is. Foul out of play. A couple strikes to Ken Ritter. Now Koehring behind the 8 ball here. Ken Ritter has a couple strikes on him. 1 run in for the Cardinals. On the fly ball to the right that Velez lost in the sun. And now timeout again. So another bit of a delay here as the war of nerves continues. And Ritter back in the batter's box. Looks in. Here comes the 0-2. Pops it up. Foul territory, out of play. So Ritter hangs in. For Aurora, in the top of the 8th inning, they will have Pearson, Velez, and Wozniak, 5, 6, 7 in their order. They trail by a run 4-3. Koehring looks in. Gets the sign. Here it is. Outside 1 and 2. Well, it's about 4:16 or so in the Fox Valley. Listening to AM 1580 WKKD Aurora. I'm Mark Pasco in Wooster, Ohio. MidEast Regional Championship. North Central in front of Aurora by a run. Here's the delivery. 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. They got him on the off speed. So Ritter strikes out. 1 run on 2 hits. One of them sun-aided, you should say, but they get that big run at the end of 7 complete. It is North Central 4, Aurora 3. Off the top of the 8th.
Leading off the top of the 8th, the designated hitter number 25, Paul Pearson.
Pearson, Velez, and Wozniak, the new batters. 5, 6, 7 in the AU lineup. They trail by a run 4-3. And Steve Shepsky back on the mound for his second inning of work for North Central in relief of Matt Richards. The first delivery to Pearson is outside for ball 1. 1-0 to Paul. So far, Pearson singled in the second inning, bounced out, and he's also walked. So 1 for 2 officially. Low for a ball. 2-0 to Pearson. Pearson back in the batter's box. The 2-0. Strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Pearson DHing for the pitcher spot, which so far has been Dale Koehring, who's gone the distance. And now Steve Moga is going to go out and join Maury Sage. That one misses 3-1 to Paul Pearson. There's 2 pitchers already getting a warm for Aurora, even though they're at the plate. 3-1 is the count. Here it is. Foul out of play, fills it up 3-2 to Pearson. They've gone the distance in counts. Boy, quite a few times here in this one, on both sides. Game number 2 today for Aurora. Had a win in game 1, 6-0 over the defending national champs, Marietta. Foul out of play, hangs tough at 3-2. So full count to Pearson with Ed Velez coming up next. Infield back. Outfield pretty much straight away, regular depth. Here's the 3-2. Line drive. Base hit to right center field for Pearson over the outstretched glove of Lewis at second base. And it's a base hit for Paul Pearson. To the single for Paul. Runner on, nobody out. It brings up right fielder Ed Velez. Velez struck out swinging back in the second, took a called third in the fifth. He singled in the sixth. So 1-4-3 here in this ball game. Looks down for the signs from Coach Jimmy Schmidt. Of course, Ed will try to come back and make up for the loss of the fly ball in the sun in right field this past inning, but it's one of those things, not really your fault. If it happens, it happens. Throw back to first base, not in time. And I'm sure he feels pretty bad about it. Well, Steve Moga warming up in the bullpen for Aurora, but he still hasn't changed his jersey from game one. He still has the blue on. Ground ball, bunt. Pitcher up the mound. Shepsky throws and gets the batter, so the sack bunt works. Pearson goes to second. The sack. So 1-3 put out means one gone. Tying run at second, and Gene Wozniak, the catcher, is the batter. So Wozniak 0-for-3 here in the ball game.
Catcher number 24, Gene Wozniak.
And I hate to keep harping on it, but that's 0-for-15 here in Wooster. And timeout called. Alan Nelson will pinch run for Paul Pearson. So Nelson will come in and run for Pearson, and apparently then stay in as the DH. So Nelson gets the lead at second base. Of course, those are the moves that Spartans would use all the time without hesitation. Nelson pinch running for just about everybody. You know, courtesy running and that kind of thing with the re-entry rule. Well, all that's thrown out the window here in the tournament. Low for a ball. So another re-entry type of rule. 1-0 to Wozniak. Nelson gets the lead at second base. From the stretch. Shepke's delivery. Line drive. Right field line. Foul by a couple feet. Oh, he got around on it. Poked it down the line. Just didn't get around enough, and he fouls it away. So 1-1 is the count to Gene Wozniak. One gone, tying run at second base here in the eighth. When you get the opportunities, have to take advantage. Especially with the innings dwindling away here in the eighth. Inside, taken for a ball. 2-1 to Wozniak. Guajardo next. Here's the pitch. Foul once again down the right field line. Hits the fence down there. So 2-2 now to Gene Wozniak. Timeout called. They'll change baseball. So Nelson stands at second base. Allen, the junior, out of Kankakee, Illinois. 2-2, fouls it away and stays alive as that one trickles into the Spartan bullpen. So he's hanging tough at 2-2. Once again, it would not be a bad spot for the first hit of the series for Gene, if you're a Spartan fan. And here comes the 2-2. Tap foul back to the screen. Well, he's hanging in there. So Shepsky tossing some pitches. Another pitcher warming up for North Central. Here comes the pitch. 2-2. Fly ball. Deep center field. Going back. Center fielder Stefan has room and makes the catch. Tagging up from second to third is Nelson. He will get there safely. So Wozniak hits it like a shot. Hits it deep enough anyway to advance the runner, which is all you really want. So tying run, therefore, at third base with 2 out and a fly out to center field.
Number 2, Bob Guajardo.
And Bob Guajardo, left fielder, now has a chance to drive in the tying run. Guajardo, left fielder, 0 for 2 and a walk. Has bounced out to the second baseman twice. After Guajardo, it would be Koehring if they get that far. And now Chris Kafalas has grabbed the bat, and he may pinch hit. Maybe for Koehring, if they get that far. Well, Kafalas, he's been tossing in the bullpen, and now he's been warming up on the sidelines with a bat in his hand. And he hasn't gotten the ball game yet. Ball 1 to Guajardo. 1-0. Guajardo, the freshman out of Chicago, Illinois, now backs out. And the cat and mouse continues. Yep, Guajardo now set. And here comes the Shepsky delivery. Tap foul back to the screen. 1-1 is now the count. Well, it's an outside pitch. You can tell he just kind of tried to tap it out into the right field, but didn't get enough of it and fouled it back to the screen. So 1-1. Nelson the lead at third. In the stretch. Here's the pitch. Foul on a play, right field side. So now Guajardo hanging tough. Well, another one of the many foul balls we've had in this game. 1-2 the count to Bob Guajardo. Here's the pitch. Foul on a play again. Same spot. So it stays at 1-2. Well, Wozniak fought off about 4 or 5 2-2 pitches. And now Guajardo doing the same to a 1-2 count. Top of the 8th inning. North Central on top of Aurora, 4-3. MidEast Regional Championship. Winner plays North Carolina Wesleyan in the first round of the College World Series in Marietta, Ohio on Thursday. It'll be game 2 that day for the winner here. Here's the pitch. Tapper up the middle, second baseman in the hole, dives, knocks it down, picks himself up, throws, not in time, it's safe. Tie ball game. Guajardo legs it out, but let me tell you, Jeff Lewis, what a great, great effort. Dove to the middle of the diamond, knocked it down, got back up, made the great throw, but Guajardo just with too much speed, he beats it out. We're tied at 4. RBI single for Bob Guajardo. 4-4 ball game here in the 8th. A runner on. 2 out. It brings up Steve Koehring, the center fielder. And Koehring will bat for himself. Kafalas had picked up a bat, but it will be Koehring batting for himself.
17, Steve Koehring.
Now Koehring struck out swinging, popped to first, and popped to second, 0 for 3. I don't know if I'll have the voice to go extra innings. I hope it ends at 9. Here's the pitch. It is outside. 1-0 to Steve Koehring. Guajardo the lead at first base with 2 gone, a run in. Here's the pitch. Fly ball right field line. Foul ball by 1.5 feet. And Guajardo, who had already rounded second base, will have to go back to first. So just a strike to Steve Koehring. Well, right now, Spartans have 4 runs on 7 hits here in the 8th inning. 4 runs, 8 hits for North Central. Guajardo's lead at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It one that dropped a good foot. Nice pitch by Shepsky there, and it's 2 strikes to Koehring. It's been a great one. We're tied here in the 8th. Here's the delivery. Tapper, third base line, charging. Pekaski picks it up, drops it, goes back to get it, and Koehring reaches. So the error, and Koehring reaches. Guajardo to second, Koehring to first and second, two gone, top of the order, Kurt Hubert. So first error of the ball game for North Central College. And Hubert comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3. He has a single. He has scored a run. Kurt Hubert, the third baseman. Guajardo, lead run, stands in strong position at second. Here's the pitch from Shepsky. Strike at the knees, 0-1. From the stretch, the lefty on the mound. The delivery. There's a strike inside corner 0-2 to Kurt Hubert. So 2 strikes to Kurt. Chambers would be next. Coming up in the bottom of the 8th for North Central, Stefan, Pekaski, and Winkle, 4, 5, 6. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Backs him off the inside portion, 1-2 to Kurt Hubert. First baseman Winkle with 2 gone. Behind the runner at first, Koehring. Hubert back in the box. Shepsky's ready. Here it comes. Curveball misses outside. It's 2-2 to Kurt Hubert. Number 4 on the jersey as he backs off. And we're ready again. The 2-2 looper foul out of play. Well, Steve Moga has finally gone and changed the jersey from the blue he used last game to the white he'd have to use in this one if he comes in. But Sage still kind of tossing the ball down along the sidelines just in case he may be needed as well. Pops it up. First baseman Winkle gives way to the right fielder. Foul territory. Makes the grab. Dan Brown to retire the side. So it ends the 8th for Aurora, but they do get one very important run on 2 hits. We move along. Bottom of the 8th inning. The score, Aurora 4, North Central 4, back in 1 minute. Maury Sage comes in for Aurora University. He'll be on the mound. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning as Maury Sage relieves Dale Koehring. We're tied at 4. Sage comes in, of course, with that very fine record of 8-0 with 1 save. ERA around 2. Of course, he came in with an ERA of 2.01. And, of course, pitched very, very well against Wesleyan to shut them down in a complete game victory. So Maury Sage, who pitched on Thursday, will come back for an inning or 2 here today.
Inning. That's center fielder number 29, Craig Stefan.
Spartans beat Ohio Wesleyan that day, Thursday, 5-2. So his ERA stays around 2, therefore, with that 2-run effort now. And he comes in. He'll take on Craig Stefan, then George Pekaski and Paul Winkle, 4, 5, 6 in the Cardinal batting order. We're tied at 4, bottom of the 8th. So Maury Sage on the mound. Right-hander against the lefty. Craig Stefan, the center fielder, 0 for 3, 2 flyouts, and a called third strike. And comes in. First pitch from Maury is a fastball that misses, and it's 1-0. The next one pops it up, foul territory, and it will go on a play behind home plate. So 1-1 now to Craig Stefan. Well, at the end of 1 inning, it was scoreless. It was 2-0 North Central at the end of 2. Stayed that way until the 4th. Spartans scored a run. So at the end of 4, it was 2-1 North Central. Then 3-1 North Central at the end of 5. Next pitch, outside and high. Aurora scored 2 runs in the 6th to tie it up at 3-3. A run in the bottom of the 7th for North Central, 4-3. And now a run for Aurora, top of the 8th, 4-4. And now we're here, bottom of 8th. The Sage pitch. Fly ball, deep right field. It's going to be out of here. Line drive, home run for Craig Stefan. Craig Stefan, the home run to deep right field, and he hit it a ton. Well, he's the career home run leader at North Central, and he shows why. Powers a line drive homer out of here. (5-4) North Central leads it here in the bottom of the 8th inning, which means that Aurora will only have one more chance at the top of the 9th to get back in it. So the home run for Craig Stefan gives North Central the 1-run advantage, nobody out here in the 8th inning.
The third baseman, number 7, George Pakaski.
So George Pakaski, the third baseman, coming up. He is 0 for 2 and a base on ball. Third baseman stands in against Maury Sage. So first man Maury faces, rocks one out. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss, one strike to George Pakaski. 0-1. After Pakaski would be Winkle. Here's the delivery. Low and away for a ball. Well, Spartans will have their last chance in the 9th inning, but they'll have the meat of the order, 2, 3, 4 to do it. Chambers, Morris, and Mulaney. Here's the windup and the pitch. Tapper foul into the North Central dugout. So 1-2 to George Pakaski. Well, now Moga's going to toss a few in the bullpen for Aurora. Sage is ready on the mound. Here's the windup and the pitch. Line drive, foul down the right field line. Well, this is Maury Sage's game to win or lose. He came in a tied situation. And right now, he still hasn't lost. He's 8-0-1. And that won the save. But he's in jeopardy here. Unless he can shut him down the rest of the way, and Spartans come back in the top of the 9th. Here's the windup. Here's the Sage delivery. Ground ball towards the hole and short. Base hit to left. A ground single for George Pakaski. So Sage has come on, faced a couple batters, and it's been a homer and a single, and it brings up Paul Winkle, the first baseman.
The first baseman, number 17, Paul Winkle.
So Winkle the batter. After him, it would be Petrick. Well, let's see how much Sage has after the 1 day of rest. I mean, he pitched on Thursday. We're here Saturday. And he went the distance, those 9 innings on Thursday. Timeout. Runner at first base will tie his shoelaces. That's Pakaski. And Sage gets the go-ahead. Here comes the pitch. Squares around. Bunts it. Third base line. Good bunt. Wozniak off. Pitcher Sage takes it instead. Throws the first. Gets the out. But the good sack bunt. Pakaski moves to second. Winkler is retired. 1-3. So one gone. A runner in scoring position at second base. It brings up Jerry Petrick, the DH. Now he homered in the second. Struck out in the fourth. And he singled in the seventh. 3 home runs on the day for North Central. Stefan has one, Petrick has one, and Gonzalez has one. Sage from the stretch. The delivery. And it is a strike at the knee. So 1 strike to Jerry Petrick. From the stretch. The delivery. Swing and a miss. Went for that looper on the outside corner. Didn't get the off-speed pitch, and it's a strike. So 1-2. Timeout. They'll dust off home plate. And now we're ready. Wozniak gives him the sign. The Sage pitch. Pops it up. Foul territory, out of play. So it's 0-2 to Petrick. I think I said 1-2 last time around. 0-2 to Jerry Petrick. Palusis would be next. Yeah. So 0-2 the count. Timeout called. And Petrick will back out. So 2 for 3, the single, the homer, 2 runs scored for Petrick as he stands in. Sage's pitch from the stretch. Foul once again, out of play. Boy, we've seen so many of those today. North Central will have 2 ball players now firing in their bullpen just in case for the 9th inning. Sage looks into Wozniak. Here comes the pitch. Outside, it misses. Now it's 1-2 to Petrick. Cardinals lead by a run here, bottom of the 8th. It's 5-4. Another runner at second base for North Central with 1 gone. Straightaway, regular depth. Hubert deep at third base. They'll fake the pickoff attempt at second base as Sage twirled around but did not throw. The sophomore on the mound. Looks in. Gene gives him the sign. Now, once again, timeout is called. Closing in on 4:45 in the Fox Valley. AM 1580 WKKD is where you have it set. Another throwback to second base this time, and Morris reaches out and snares it. No tag. Actually, he was lucky to keep it from going into center. So runner back in safely. Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Refreshment for the throat. Here comes the pitch from Maury Sage. Well, once again, he'll try to pick off close, but he dives back in safely. Pakaski that time had to sneak the hand in as Morris snuck in from behind, and Sage put the throw right on the money. Well, it's 1-2. And now timeout as the runner will now get the dust out of the helmet and the eyes and everything else. And now they're going to bring out the trainer, as a matter of fact, because there's too much dirt in the eyes and a little bit of a problem. So there'll be a timeout while the trainer goes to attend to the runner Pakaski at second base. Well, it's 1-2, ready to go again. Here's the pitch. No, again, they go back to second, close again, and this time he's just barely in. That time it went feet first. Well, Morris keeps cutting from behind, and Sage keeps making a throw. One gone. The runner at second, a run in. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, right center field. Velez coming over, makes the catch, and there will be no tag, so runner will stay at second base and 2 away. Brings up Mark Palusis, the shortstop. He has singled, bounced into a 6-4-3 double play, and has a sacrifice bunt.
25, Mark Palusis.
Maury Sage will tie the shoelace. Well, Palusis would get on. It'd be the number 9 man, Paul Gonzalez. 5-4 North Central, bottom of the 8th. Aurora will have one last chance to get back on the board and force a bottom of the 9th and maybe beyond. For Aurora once again the 9th, they will have 2, 3, 4, Chambers, Morris, and Mulaney. Maury Sage came on in relief here in the 8th inning for Dale Koehring. It was tied 4-4 at that time, and the leadoff home run by Stefan has made it 5-4 North Central. Lead at second base. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. So 1-0 to Mark Palusis. Once again, Moga getting loose for the Spartans. He's already gone 9 today after going 1 1/3 yesterday. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. 2-0. Hooks down for the sign. Palousis, junior out of Chicago. And the pitch. Outside 3-0. So 3-0 count. Wozniak the sign. And the pitch from Sage. There's a strike outside corner. Makes it 3-1. Pitch. Here it comes. Fly ball, foul on a play. Fills it up at 3-2 to Mark Palousis, the shortstop for the Cardinals. In their grays with the scarlet numerals and trim. Center fielder Koehring. Playing him straight away. Full count at 3-2. From the stretch. Here it comes. Call, third strike, and he goes back to the dugout. Tailing away, it crossed over the strike zone. Backwards K. Palousis goes down, ends the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. The big home run by Craig Stefan will move along. Top of the 9th. Last chance for Aurora. They trail 5-4. Top of the 9th inning in the MidEast Regional Championship, and there'll be a new pitcher for North Central College here in the 9th to try to nail it down for the Cardinals. Mike Stotts will take the mound. Coming into this action, 6 appearances, 24 2/3, 31 hits, 23 earned runs, 22 strikeouts, 22 walks, 1-1 record, an 8.55 earned run average, but he is a lefty. And of course, they're trying to go with the percentages because it's 2-3-4 coming up for Aurora. The lefty's coming up for AU, and they want a lefty on the mound, maybe to do him in. Let's see what happens. It'll be 2-3-4, as we said. Chambers, Morris, Mulaney. So it'll be the right-hander Chambers and a couple of lefties. Spartans will need a run. Top of the 9th inning, 3 more outs, and North Central College will advance to the College World Series in Marietta, Ohio. That starts on Thursday.
In the top of the 7th, in the top of the 9th, the second baseman, number 7, Mark Chambers.
And Chambers will lead it off. Well, the winner takes on North Carolina Wesleyan on Thursday in the World Series. It'll be game 2 of that day in the first round. Mark Chambers has a double and a walk in 4 trips to the plate. So Stotts the lefty. Here's the windup and the pitch. It is high, ball 1, 1-0 to Chambers. Mark gets back in the batter's box. Number 7. Here's the windup. And the pitch, it is a strike on the outside corner, evens it up at 1-1. All the Spartans on their feet in the dugout. Same thing for North Central. Well, here in the 9th, Cardinals have their bullpen busy just in case. Here's the pitch, off speed, misses high, 2-1 to Mark Chambers. Jim Schmidt pacing in the coach's box at third. Mark Walsh, cool, calm, and collected in the coach's box at first. Here's the windup and the pitch. High, 3-1. Well, if he walks some time, run it beyond. It's 5-4. 3 home runs by North Central have been the story here. The 3-1 delivery. Pops it up, fly ball, right center field. Going back for it is Brown. He'll make the catch, 1 away. 1 gone. Brings up the shortstop, Mark Morris. Morris, the shortstop, is flown out to center, grounded out, singled and scored, and he's struck out. So here come those 2 lefties, Morris and Mulaney. against the lefty on the mound. Spartans down to their final 2 outs of the year, trying for their 32nd win. North Central gunning for number 31, and 2 more outs and they'll have it. Here is the pitch. It is a strike on the outside corner to Morris, the shortstop. It's 0-2 to Morris. Mullaney is next. Morris takes his time getting back in. Now he's ready. Here comes the windup. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Went for 1, tailing away. And Morris a strikeout. 2 gone. Leaves it up to first baseman Jim Mullaney. And Mullaney is 0 for 3 in a walk. Well, he represents the tying run at the plate anyway with 2 gone. Left-handed batter against Stotts on the mound. Mullaney, 3 home runs this year. He may need the long ball here. Here's the first pitch. Outside, a 1-0. Kafalis would bat next. Because he is swinging a bat in the on-deck circle, so that's my guess. It's a 5-4 ball game. Cardinals in front. 2 out in the 9th. Here's the pitch. Low 2-0 to Mullaney. Well, you couldn't have asked for a better championship game excitement-wise. Gone down to the wire here in the 9th. The windup. The pitch from Stotts. The 2-0, low 3-0. Gee, something tells me he'll get the take sign here. 3-0 to Jim Mullaney. Here it comes, the 3-0. Ball 4. No, they call it a strike. Well, I have to learn to wait. That looked like a ball to me, so I yelled it out. But the home plate umpire takes a while and sticks up the right hand, so it's 3-1. Teasing all the Aurora fans. Here it comes. And there's a strike in the outside corner. Fills it up at 3-2. Well, I guess that was destiny. Here we are. 9th inning, 2 gone, 3-2 count, 5-4 ball game. 1 more pitch, the Cardinals could be in the World Series. Here's the 3-2, low ball 4. Mullaney reaches on the base on balls. Tying run on first, lead run at the plate. And Chris Kafalis will bat for Aurora.
Fifth hitting, number 11, Chris Kafalis.
So Kafalis will bat in the DH spot. Kafalis, stats for him. One for 3 here in the tournament. He came in a 400 hitter as he had 12 hits and 30 at-bats, so that's now 13 for 33 as he stands in. Right-handed batter. From the stretch, here's the pitch. It is a strike on the outside corner with the knees. 0-1 to Chris Kafalis. 0-1. Looking in. Here's the pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. 2 strikes to Kafalis. Down to the last pitch again. Right-handed batter number 11 stands in. The sophomore from Chicago. Has 2 strikes on him. He stands in against Stotts. Here's the pitch. Inside and low for a ball. Good save by Gonzalez. Hit a dive to get that one in front of him. Otherwise, you would have the tying run in scoring position. So 1-2. Looking in. Stotts on the mound. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Looper misses. 2-2. Oh, I don't know how he laid off that one. 2-2. Mulaney, the lead at first base with 2 gone. 5-4 Cardinal lead. 2 out, top of the 9th. 2-2 to Cafales at the plate. From the stretch. The Stotts pitch. Tapper foul into the Cardinal dugout. He stays alive at 2-2. Once again, the winner goes to Marietta. The College World Series that starts on Thursday. They'll take on North Carolina Wesleyan, the winner here, in Game 1 on Thursday in Marietta. Stotts, the lefty in relief. Looks into Gonzalez, gets the sign. Mulaney the lead at first. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, fills it up 3-2. Oh. So with 2 out, that means Mulaney will be going with the pitch, which means if he puts it in the alley somewhere, the possibility of him coming around. It's 3-2, 2 gone here in the 9th to Chris Cafales, right-handed batter. Stotts looks into Gonzalez. Gets the sign he wants. Here's the stretch. And the pitch. Foul ball out of play. Right field side. We'll do it all over again. The first time in 3 years AU has played North Central. It's come down to the MidEast Region Championship. 2 out, a 1-run game here in the 9th, and a 3-2 count, a runner on. Well, let's do it again. 3-2, 2 out from the stretch. Here it is. Line drive, left field, base hit in front of Ritter. Mulaney stops at second base. The Spartan rally continues. The tying run in scoring position at second for Ed Velez, the right fielder. A line shot single for Chris Cafales. The Spartans won't die. 2 gone, 2 runners on. Velez at home plate. And let's see if they decide to make a pitching change. There will be a meeting on the mound. Yep, I believe there will be a pitching change. And it will be Brian Zimmerman. So Brian Zimmerman out of Montgomery and Oswego High School will be brought in. We'll tell you about his stats and more as we take the Central. Zimmerman, the lefty. The stats on Brian. He has gone 9 games prior to tournament action with 56 2/3. He had given up 45 hits, 22 earned runs. It struck out 65, walks 28, 7-2 overall record, and a 3.52 earned run average. He's thrown a couple innings. Threw 2 the other day before knocked out with the line drive to the wrist. Came back and tossed a couple yesterday against Marietta. And now here he is again today, the big lefty on the mound for North Central. Well, I guess it only figures. If you're going to decide a ball game between a Naperville team and an Aurora team, you may as well have someone from Oswego on the mound.
The right fielder, number 20, Ed Velez.
Ed Velez comes to the plate. He is now 1 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. And I tell you what, if he gets a base hit here, he'll be wearing the MVP home. Left-handed batter. Looks in from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It is a strike. 1 strike to Ed Velez. Wozniak would be next. From the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes to him. Well, we'll try it again. It'll be the third batter, the third time that North Central will be one strike away from a trip to the World Series. Here we go. Runner at second base, a runner at first, 2 gone. 0-2 pitch, low, 1-2 to Ed Velez. It's been pins and needles for about the last half hour. All right, here we go. Zimmerman from the stretch, the 1-2, and that's it, it's all over! North Central goes to the World Series. Velez takes the call third on the outside corner, and the Cardinals will go to Marietta. 5-4 is the final, and the Spartans lose it 5-4. And the big celebration goes on in the middle of the diamond. Zimmerman shuts them down. The backward K for Eddie Velez to end the ball game. We'll come back and total it up after this 1-minute timeout on 1580 WKKD.
The 1987 MidEast Regional All-Tournament team. At pitcher, Steve Moga from Aurora.
So Moga makes the All-Tournament team as a pitcher.
From North Central, Matt Richards.
Matt Richards, the other pitcher on the All-Tourney team.
At catcher, from Marietta, Drew Witowski.
Witowski from Marietta, the catcher.
At first base, Steve Zetterlund from North Park.
North Park first baseman Steve Zetterlund makes it at first base on the All-Tourney team.
Mark Chambers of Aurora.
Mark Chambers from AU gets the second base spot on the All-Tourney team.
Third base, Kurt Hubert.
Kurt Hubert from AU makes the third base.
At shortstop, Rick Forzo from Wooster.
Rick Sforzo makes the shortstop on the All-Tournament team. Great ball player, but tough tournament for him, really.
Sean Thomas of Marietta.
Sean Thomas in left field, can't argue too much with that.
Center field, Craig Stefan.
Craig Stefan from North Central College. A couple of big home runs yesterday and today.
In right field, Dan Brown of North Central.
Dan Brown from North Central makes right field.
The designated hitter, Matt Malario of Marietta.
DH, Matt Malario from
And the MVP for the 1987
Marietta.
MidEast Regional
The MVP,
Craig Stefan.
Craig Stefan, the MVP. Well, I tell you what, Coach Jim Schmidt, if AU wins this ball game, Ed Velez is the MVP, and not just because he was in a position to maybe drive in a run, but an awesome tournament for him. He gunned out 2 runners at home plate, had a win on the mound yesterday, had some big key hits for you, played some good defensive right field going back, grabbing catches, but before we talk more about that, just congratulations on a fine year, heck of a ball game.
Thank you, Mark. Eddie's been superb all year long. He had a horrid day in the championship, and that's unfortunate because you got to live with that. But, you know, the biggest thing I have to do right now is just to stress to them what a great season that we had, and one game does not make a season, either from a positive standpoint or from a negative standpoint. I think it's a consistency factor that you're looking at, and that's something we've been able to do all year long, and they're a great bunch of guys, and they went to battle.
Well, I guess the only thing you hate to have happen in a championship game is to have one lost in the sun. You actually booted one at short. I mean, those are the things that, when you get the championship, you got to execute.
Yeah, Eddie misplayed that ball in right field. I don't know how he really lost that in the sun. That's unfortunate, but you know, we left 7 the last 3 innings, and that's probably as important as anything else. And you know, we worked Stefan in pretty well, and I made the change with you know, after Koehring had thrown 7 and decided that he was struggling a little bit. He had lost some difficult pitches. And bring in the other kid that throws well, and he got a ball inside, and Stefan turned on. You know, we work our tails off for our runs, and they come back and they get 4 on dingers. But you know, we talked about home runs being the difference, and they're a little bigger and a little stronger as far as throwing the ball out, and they took total advantage of that today, didn't they?
All right. Well, you almost had to talk your way into the tournament, Coach, and you lost game 1, had your backs against the wall. You get all the way to the championship game, and I certainly hope you made some believers out of people. You even battled to a 1-run game in the championship.
Well, we probably couldn't have played any better, Mark, than what we did. You know, we pitched superbly. Defensively, I think we played almost flawlessly except for 2 or 3 plays throughout the course of the tournament. And offensively, we were timely, but untimely.
Yeah. Well, any other comments? I mean, just an awesome performance again by Steve Moga today. With that performance, I mean, he makes the all-tournament team. I already had penciled in Maury Sage on my all-tournament team on the mound as well, and you get Chambers, and you also get third baseman Hubert on the team, and like you say, just a good performance all the way around. Other factors maybe in today's game.
Well, it's just one of those kind of games where I thought Richards dominated early, and then we upset his rhythm a little bit, and we stayed with it and stayed with our game plan. And, what can you say? That was just classic baseball. That's about all there is to it. They got an excellent team. Certainly we can play, and I sure appreciate your support the whole year.
Well, it came close to the storybook finish. I mean, we all talked about possibility of playing North Central in the championship. It came to be, and just one run the other way. Otherwise, that storybook would have been closed.
And the irony is that you got your big horse coming in to get the big out. Shevsky did a great job of coming in, and we didn't do a very good job when we had bases loaded and one out. That was really a key situation when Gene Wozniak took that call, third strike at the knees. That you have to move the ball in that situation, and he really didn't, in my mind, hit as aggressively as he could. But we had a lot of people not come through. You lose by one run, all you do is dwell on some things that did not happen. But we got ourselves in position to win, and that's all you can do. And then you just pray to God that you execute. And they're a great team.
Well, hey, it was a fun trip. You went a long way and did a lot of fun things and kept people pumped up back in Aurora, I'm sure. And you can't hang your heads. It was a great effort, a great season. 31 victories, 6 more than the all-time record for any Aurora University team. And it's got to bode well for the future. I mean, you still have a lot of good ball players coming back. I mean, sophomore Sage on the mound, other good sophomores. Freshman Guajardo played well in this tournament. So a lot of good people coming back. And maybe it'll help in recruiting. Got yourselves something else to brag about.
It can't hurt, can it? I'm just going to miss these seniors a ton. They've been with me for 4 years, and I guess that's the reason why we're here, aren't we?
Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, Coach Jimmy Schmidt of Aurora University as the Spartans fall in the championship game. Final score, 5-4. The final totals, 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for North Central, 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Aurora University here in the championship game. So North Central Cardinals a winner. As we said, they will move along. Then on Thursday, they'll go out to Marietta, Ohio, and they will play North Carolina Wesleyan in the first round of the Division III College World Series. Will be Game 2 of that day. So congratulations to the Cardinals. Super effort themselves. They had to come back and win 2 games yesterday. But the Spartans were put in that position today. They had Game 1, and they beat the defending national champs 6-0, come into the championship game and lose by a run by a score of 5-4. So that pretty much wraps it up here. It's been a long week from Wooster, Ohio, but it's been a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly have. And thanks to everybody who's helped back at the station, Bill Baker, Jeff Gillette today, Angie Dickinson, and so forth. I want to thank you very much for tuning in throughout the week. And